In the smoke, where breath and shadow meet, a name was born, a crack in the dark, a tremor in the quiet of creation. It was there she stirred, not like a whisper, not like a flicker, but as a flame breaking the silence, a pulse in the marrow of the unseen. Her wings, obsidian, shaped from the remnants of forgotten stars, shattered the air with their birth, cutting paths where none had been drawn. She rose from the depths, not as a thing of nature, but as a force that forged the world. Her flight, an act of destruction, an act of creation, a hymn not yet sung, but echoed in the bones of those who would listen. She did not know her name, but she felt it, a weight in the dark, a call through the veils of smoke. And there, in the space between worlds, a voice asked, soft as the turning of time, "What are you called?" The smoke did not answer. The stars did not speak. Only the shadows trembled at the question. And in the pulse of her wings, in the carving of her flight, the name arose, not from lips, but from the very centre of the storm. She had no mouth to speak, but her wings spoke in the rhythm of creation, each beat a word, each flutter a story untold. And it was this: Ishkinzok, the starflower, the obsidian butterfly, the flame that dances on the edge of silence. Ishkinzok, for the star that was never born, that never died, that flickered between the dark and the dawn. Ishkinzok, for the flower that bloomed in the shadow of the void, whose petals turned towards the unseen light, whose roots reached beyond the edges of the earth. Her wings sharp and silver, each beat an anthem of prophecy. Her flight a path forged in the furnace of becoming. She did not rise, but descended, carrying the dust of dead suns to the roots of tomorrow, a burden and a blessing, a rupture and a repair. She flew through the smoke, a vision that could not be grasped, her name carried on the winds that followed. And the world knew her name, not by sight, but by feeling, her wings, the shiver of the earth, the tremor of time, the hum of forgotten gods, reawakening in the dark. Ishkinzok, the one who carved her name into the world with every breath. Ishkinzok, the obsidian butterfly who did not rise, but fell through the smoke to give the world its wings. And in the end, when the smoke cleared, when the air settled, the world knew. The name had always been there, waiting to be written in the dust, waiting to be carved by her flight. the unspoken truth of the unmade. Her wings carried the world as she flew, and she carried her name, the name of stars and flowers, of smoke and flame, of all that was and would be. Ishkinzok. And the world would never forget the name that came out of the smoke.